In this lesson, we're gonna conclude the part concerning the materials in VRAY for Blender. And of course, we can go back in materials and lighting next, but we're gonna then work more on the render settings and the final render tools. So in the previous lesson, we discover how to use normal maps, bump maps, displacement maps, also how we can do something repeatable or non-repeatable, like applying a screen or a painting or a photo into an object in our scene. And basically, we fixed here and there the various materials that we first converted from an originally developed in Cycles Blender scene. So in this video, again, we're going to continue with some other effects, tools, and other things that we can use both in Blender and in VRAY for Blender. Now, what I've just did is adding a plane. So I want to show you here how we can use different types of materials. And among these different types of materials, we have an hair and fur material that could be good to simulate, of course, hair and fur, but also to simulate carpets and grass. So what I'm going to do is here just hide the unselected objects, or Shift H, so to isolate. And also I'm going to activate the dome light so I can see something, otherwise I won't see anything. And again, I'm going to adjust the intensity for like it was an exterior, because right now it's like we are in an exterior. And so we already talked about how to apply the fur effect, but now in the VRAY node editor, we're gonna create a new material, and we're gonna switch into another type, which is the hair and fur material. So what I'm gonna do is just unplug this standard node of the VR material and VRAY material, and I'm gonna apply the hair and fur, which is right here, or air next. And there we go. Once it's applied, I have a totally different effect. Now, this is not supposed to be applied on a standard object, but you can use it. It's just a series of effects, again, concerning the color, which in this case is called melanin, and it's like how it works in real life. So you can increase the level of the melanin, and then you have the photomelanin and the dye color if you want to add an extra color, or you can add a diffuse color. And so let me just show you here what we can do. I'm gonna start with a carpet. And so just like in any other material, you can work with just the parameters, the values, and the numbers and the basic colors, or you can use textures. But first of all, let's apply a fur. Now you can see that the fur is kind of an extra object, so we need to apply again the material in there. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing right here, or just delete the original material and recall the previous one. Just give it names so you can then reuse it in other objects. So I renamed the previous material there, and now I can apply it quickly in here just by going here in the material and just type, well, delete the basic one and just type fur in the search and just apply the material right there. So you can see now it applies to each single, you see these are like tubular or little tiny objects that simulate the carpet and the grass. Now we can start to apply some other effects down here. Again, with the value we can increase or decrease the transparency. Now I wouldn't use too much transparency in there, but you can use it to simulate like grass maybe, and also a little bit of glossiness. So depending on the effect you're looking for, so like with the gel or with the water on hair, on the grass, we do have some of that. And then we have diffuse color, which is kind of a dye color as well. But well, just play around with the parameters and the values. And then in here in the fur section, VRAY fur section, the properties panel, this is where you can change the density, the intensity, the gravity, the thickness, the length. But we already talked about this. Is just reviewing these parameters. So what I want to say here is that you have the basic material, but sometimes you have like connected effects that needs to be handled in the properties panel, and some other times you need to handle those in the node editor, in the node panel, which is another panel that you can open up on the right side of the VRAY node editor, as you can see. And sometimes you find the same parameters, sometimes you find extra parameters that you can add. So I'm just working on this like fur thing, which is going to be like a carpet. And even if I'm not using any texture, it looks fine. And it has this kind of sheen effect. As we also talked in the previous video, we saw some other effects like the sheen. So for the grass, I'm just going to copy this. Just going to make a copy of the fur and a copy of the plane. And instead of using the standard coloring of the air, I'm going to use here some grass texture, so we can see what's the difference between using, again, simple values and a texture. Of course, I can start playing around with colors here, but it won't look realistic as much as when I use a texture. It could be like a synthetic grass effect, maybe. But let's apply a texture. So I already have a grass texture. If you don't have it, just download a grass material from Polyhaven or from Blender Kit, as we already done before. Let's apply here a VRAY bitmap. Don't know why they go down there, but just look for it if you don't see it. And then just apply the color in the, let's go directly to the diffuse. And now it's purple because we don't have any texture applied yet. We can pick some texture from the existing textures in my scene. And since I have already a grass, I can use that. So that's the effect. So when using a texture, it's always, well, in my opinion, more interesting because you have like this variation of color, and then you can play also with here with the, again, with, you can adjust the length. Maybe you want a grass a little bit taller, and then the thickness, you want to decrease it maybe, and then you have taper, you have curliness, you have variation. I use variation a lot when I want to simulate grass, well, wild grass rather than, perfect grass. So you use the length variation, the direction variation, so the rotation, the scale, the thickness, the gravity variation, and so on, and you will get a more interesting effect with using the fur. So, and also here we have curliness, but we already talked about that. So just play with that. Now I want to continue talking about transparency, opacity, translucency. Now we already mentioned this before. We talked that this is a behavior of the material towards the light. So it's a reaction to the light. Now, opacity texture, it's a texture that also it's called sometimes cutout texture or alpha channel texture because it basically guides the effect using the black and the white. The white means the presence of the material or the object, and the black means the total absence. It's not like using glass, it's the total removal of the material from an object. So I'm going to do some examples shortly. I want to get this scene that we already prepared in a previous lesson, which was a photographic studio. So it's like a really simple and not heavy scene that we can work on. And I suggest you use this type of scene when you want to try out, more complex effects. So you can concentrate on those, and the scene won't be too heavy to render. Now I'm going to activate the screencast keys also here. So I just created another plane just by going to add plane. And if you're having problems with Blender at all, you can check the Blender video course. So I assume that you know how to use Blender. So I prepared this layout because I have a small screen to render, and then here on this view on the bottom, I'm going to change this into the VRAY node editor, so everything it's in the palm of my hand in a way. So I have everything I need. So I'm going to create a new node material here. Again, this is standard material, and that's the opacity. So again, as any other thing, you can use the simple value. So going from black to white, meaning 0%, 100%, or you can use textures. Well, when you use textures, things get way more interesting. So let's again